Hi guys, I'm Lauren. Welcome back to my channel. It's so good to see you guys. Thank you guys for popping in. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy planty content. So today we're just going to kind of look through all of my propagations. I've got to check them. Some of them probably need some water. I haven't touched them in a long time other than the Ladicia discolor ones last week. So definitely would like to look at them and double check a little bit more and figure out what's going on with those. So that's kind of the plan for today. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of plants. I am hoping the lighting is going to be okay. I'm not sure. It's a very cloudy, yucky, rainy Washington day today. So we're just going to roll with it and we'll figure it out as we go. Unfortunately, grow lights tend to lean more towards the yellow side than like the blue side for the most part. So we'll just roll with it. Alright, with that being said, let's get into it. Right, so this is the first propagation I have to show you. It's a water propagation. I've got the Calissia repens here, and then I've got this Tradescantia. I don't remember, it's an Alba one. I will write down the name. I don't remember exactly. And then I've got our little fuzzy one right here. See our super fuzzy little buddy. So pretty excited. These root so easily, and these are just little propagation jars from the dollar store. Absolutely love them. And over here is a cutting from my friend Shelly at Plants in a Pickle. Her Etsy shop is amazing. I have the Peperomia scandens mint here. This is what it looks like more mature, and then this is all the whoops this is all the offshoots that it has been producing since. You can see it's even got a little baby there. If my handle stopped shaking for a second, sorry about that. There you go. Little baby leaf coming in. And then there is a little Peperomia ruby cascade in there as well. And I will be potting these up soon. I do intend to make a full-on Peperomia terrarium, so I'm pretty stoked to put these in there. There's another propagation that's going well, a water propagation. This is, well, here, let's do this one first. This has these little teeny tiny leaves popping out the bottom and little teeny tiny leaves popping out here. This is a Begonia Rex. I'm not sure what variety, I don't remember. I want to say like ballet slipper or something like that. But it gets really sparkly and pink. And then this is an African violet, and it's got new growth popping out there too. There we go. So the leaf was all damaged, so I chopped it off the plant so that it would make the plant look a little bit better. But now it's got the stem there and it's grown really well. African violets can grow from stem and leaf cuttings, so I'll show you that in just a little bit. Here we have an African violet cutting, and then over in the corner here, over that away, we have a Peperomia napoleonites. The actual leaf is hidden under the big African violet leaf, apologies. And then this is a Peperomia abricose. And then that is a Peperomia, a Peperomia abricose that's actually producing from two different points on the same leaf, which is pretty cool. Pretty stoked about that. See it a little better here. This is one side, and then the other side is right over there. So this is just half of a Peperomia leaf. Peperomia caparata abricose. They get like a really cool dragon scale look. I'm pretty excited about it. That's pretty much all I have left of that plant, so I'm hoping it grows. These little propagation jars, I love them. I got them from the dollar store, so I love the fact that they were only $1 each. I also love that they fully seal and that the lid is see-through, so you can still have light going in down to your propagations. So I really think that is just too awesome. Here's another one. This is another Peperomia napoleonites, and then that is a little begonia cutting and another African violet leaf. Fortunately, the jars are very tiny, so they're not as big as I would like them to be, but these are all really awesome. This is one of those mystery begonia propagations, so I won't know until it matures what kind of begonia it is. So we'll definitely update you and let you know though. In this little jar here is a Peperomia scandens, which actually is a reverted Peperomia scandens variegata. It reverted from the variegated form back to its original form, all green, no white. So it's pretty awesome. The mother plant that did not revert ended up succumbing to spider mites, so I do have to replace that, but it is really cool that I have this little cutting left over of a reverted plant. And it's also interesting to note that the Peperomia variegata scandens can revert. So probably not everybody will be happy about that, but I was happy to get 2 plants in one. That was kind of cool for me. I've seen this big box before, so I'll go through it as quick as possible. We've got our heartleaf philodendron propagations here. Everything in here is in sphagnum as well. Got the marble queen over here propagating. I've got the epipremnum aureum right over here propagating. Philodendron Brazil here. I've got various Phytonia. This is more marble queen here. I've got African violets back here. This is more marble queen. I chopped up a whole big strand of it because it was trailing down and getting in the way. This is a Peperomia. Actually, this is dried out. This needs water. You see how pale in comparison? Like this, here we go. So that is slightly damp sphagnum moss over there. And then this color right here is very light, and this is completely dry. It'll feel slightly crunchy too. And then these are little spider plant propagations. I just put 2 plants in here, and then they've sprouted all this super cute little new growth. I'm loving it. And then this is, oh my goodness, I don't remember the name of this one. Russo. This is Peperomia Russo. So he's just chilling there. They'll get really dark, pretty foliage, and they'll grow like crazy. So here is the mama plant of it. It is suffering from root rot, so I was kind of hoping that chopping it and putting it in here was going to save it. Not the case. I might have to chop it more and just propagate each individual leaf. A little sad about that. To the next one. Up here, I have a whole box of Micans propagations. Let me open this for you. This totally had perlite in it before I put the sphagnum in, so that's what this is, just the remnant perlite. It's not diatomaceous earth or anything funky like that. But this entire box is just a Micans cuttings from my big Micans on my board over there, my plants on boards. You can go back a couple of videos, or I'll try to link it above, and you can see what that looks like. So, but this is just all the cuttings from it. Eventually I'll make a full pot. A couple of people have asked if I sell propagations. I do not sell any of my propagations. I just propagate them for myself, and then I gift them to others. I am not one to not share. So I'm happy to grow out a plant and then propagate it, and then I'll either have multiples of the same plant or I'll gift it if there's somebody that wants them. So that's why I propagate so much. Do always take a while to root as well. I think because the foliage is so dark, if you put it in too much light, then they'll burn, and not enough light, and then they won't be able to root as fast. So I think what I'm doing is just putting them in a place where they don't have as much light as they need. So, alright, let's move on to this one. So you can tell I'm super high tech here with my, my little cookie tin here. Here we go. We've got a bunch of these little Rex begonias. Again, there's so many Rex begonias that I just, whoops, that I just don't know the name of them all. So you could see they're all producing babies and new growth though. Very exciting. This one is fully rooted, and this is how you can tell. When you pull on it a little bit and all the sphagnum around it moves. Also, you see how this sphagnum is really light, and then if you touch it, it doesn't stick to you at all. That means that it's too dry, so I definitely need to get it some more. Oh, look at this little baby string of turtles trying to escape here. Oh my goodness. There you go. That's kind of what he looks like when he's a grown-up. So cute. And then Ludicea discolor here finally decided to pop out 2 leaves. Let's see, do you have a root? I can't tell. Oh, it is getting some little fuzzy roots. It's about time, buddy. Chopped you back in December. Alright, and then these two Ludicea discolor cuttings. I don't see any roots on that one. And none on that one yet either. But we'll keep trying. And then you can see the main stem cutting from this broken leaf is actually rooted right there. And it's rooted at the stem. So what I can do is go and cut it right down the middle and end up with 2 plants from this one leaf. Which is kind of cool. This is rooted. These are all African violets, by the way. Cookie tin over here. I don't know what this was. Probably a begonia, but it's died off. This is another begonia. I don't know. That one might be a goner. It looks like it's trying to root like right there. We'll see. That one might be gone. This is a black pagoda lipstick plant. Propagation. It's actually trying to bloom there. Oh my gosh. And it's pushed out a bunch of new growth over here. You can see. And then this is Peperomia napoleonites again. I really do love propagating that thing. See? It's just so shiny and sparkly. Same here and same here. This was a Peperomia pink lady. They do not like to root in sphagnum. Try rooting them in water. It's about a 1 out of 3 chance to get it to root in water. And then the best method I've seen is a leaf propagation in a terrarium environment. Not sphagnum, terrarium. Don't ask me why. I have no idea, but that's just how it is. So these ones I don't really talk about that much. I think I might have mentioned them in December when I put them in here. I think I did it on camera in one of those videos. I don't know. December was a really crazy time. But let me open this bag up. It's just a standard Ziploc bag. And then they're in little 2-inch pots in sphagnum moss. So let me open this up and we'll take a look. Okay, so this first one up is actually my Albo string of hearts, or the variegated string of hearts that popped off of my normal string of hearts. It does not really get pink on the back though, which is why it has been kind of nicknamed the Albo string of hearts. This is what's going on with that. It's got new growth, it's got lots of propagation, or it's got lots of roots, it's got lots of new growth. It's kind of popping off like crazy. I should probably take it out and get it in soil and a better situation. But it is thriving in spite of me at this point. So I'm pretty excited for that. And it's actually turned out really well. The original cutting that I took this from did not continue to produce Albo nodes. It just stayed and started producing normal foliage again, normal string of hearts, so just the solid colored. Unfortunately, so this is all I have of it. And I am just so grateful that it is continuing on and producing more. So you can see that it doesn't really have any pink. I mean, it might have, like this one leaf has a tiny bit of pink on the back there. But it's really not producing any pink. And then I did have it in solid sunlight over the summertime when it was on the mother plant where it had variegated. And it wasn't getting pink there either, which is why I was so terrified to chop and prop. But all of my TikTok fam decided, you know, kind of convinced me that I needed to chop and prop it. So this is where I am with that. Okay, so this next one we have a mint Scandens peperomia over here, and then we have some ruby cascade kind of tucked in here as well, and they're doing pretty good. I'm saving these for my peperomia terrarium that I will be doing shortly, so I'm really excited for that. This one over here is Hoya Kurtzii. It's actually produced this whole other vine over here. It's 3 little cuttings with a bunch of nodes. I believe this was from my friend Shelly Plants in a Pickle as well. She sent this to me and I am just so excited with what it's doing. I do need to upgrade it from the sphagnum and start spraying it with the orchid food spray so that way it can start growing more prolifically. I might even just toss it in a terrarium that I have. But I really love the dimpled look on these. It feels kind of like scaly, almost alien-esque. I just really love it. It's so cool. And then it's got a bit of splash on it too. Just a really, really cool plant. And these leaves are actually kind of thick and chunky. Like they look skinny, but they're not. It's totally an optical illusion. It's really cool. And last but not least, this is Dischidia, the Million Hearts Dischidia. You can tell that it is similar in shape to the Hoya curtzii, but there is no splash. It's a little bit more heart-shaped or spade-shaped, I guess. Instead of, here is a comparison of the two. And there you go. So you can kind of see similar, but not. I am treating them the same though, and then this needs to be potted up as well. It's interesting to see this sphagnum coming back to life because this is really not that damp at all. It's actually fairly dry. I really need to water this again some more. But yeah, I'm kind of excited with what this is doing. Looks like it was going to be producing new growth and then that died back for some reason there. I'm not sure. But I think if we upgrade this from sphagnum in a bag to a terrarium, it's going to be much happier. Alright, and then last but not least, the lovely Perlite propagation box. It's the only Perlite propagation box I have, and everything that's in here is either being tested in Perlite or I know it works best in Perlite, and that's why I'm using it. So, and this is just like a standard scrapbooking box. I have Hoya carnosa. This is the Queen Wears the Crown. So Hoya Crimson Queen over here. And then this is more of that Hoya curtzii, just a little bit. Testing this one. Hoya Bella is doing okay. And then I've got a bunch of Hoya Crinkle 8 in here. There you go, you can kind of see it's got a little root going on there, which is pretty cool. Always good to see. And then there's some more Hoya Crimson Queen. I am testing out some Tradescantia. It's actually really rooted, so that's a yay. This is the Dragon's Tail. Here, let me show it to you better. This is the Dragon's Tail Tradescantia. So it's that's a definite yep. And then let's see. I stuck in one of these vines. It produced, this is a Hoya vine of some kind. It looks like it produced no new growth and then a little bit of roots. So that's kind of interesting that it's actually rooted and produced new growth. That's kind of cool. The Tradescantia Dragon's Tail. And we've got Hoya pubicalix, which totally loves Perlite propagation boxes. And then I am testing the little Calicia repens in here. That's actually, sorry, my hand's in the way. That's actually rooted really well though. So that's a totally a yes. So, and then we've got roots on our Hoya Crinkle 8 there, which is great. I have a bunch of these. More Calicia over here, which is doing good. So, and then this is Philodendron Camposportuanum, which you can see rooted, baby. Woohoo! Look at those roots. Oh, that's beautiful. So, I don't know if all of these are rooted. Yep. When you pull on them and they have, like they don't come up right away, like there's something keeping them under, maybe like a little bit of a pile of rocks or something, then you know that they've rooted in there. So they won't stick to the bottom or anything, at least not that I've experienced, but even this one over here with the new growth has totally rooted. So pretty exciting stuff. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I have so much stuff for trades now. I'm so excited. So I will be packaging up some plants in the next couple of videos at some point, because I've got some friends that I need to send some stuff to, so you guys can look forward to that. I will probably package them up this week but not show the video for a couple of weeks, just because I want to make sure the packaging gets there before you see what's in it. I know some of you are watching, so but some of these babies are going to be yours. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah. I think that is it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to keep up to date on all these propagations and see me chop up more plants, definitely subscribe. I have vlogs coming out every Saturday, and then I try to post a shorter video like this on Tuesdays, so that's just kind of the schedule that I'm keeping right now. You can also find me on TikTok or Instagram. I post in stories on TikTok all the time, and then I post like actual little videos on TikTok. Definitely just shoot me a message either place. I'll get to you, I promise. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!